Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Andrea here from Movers and Bakers. Today I'm going to share with you how to make cherry Bakewell Flapjacks. They are to die for. Let's get baking. Okay, it's so easy to make. It is literally an all-in-one. So I'm going to start with some oats. These are your regular rolled oats that you can buy in the shop. And then to that, I'm going to add some plain flour. Now, I always like to sift my flour, but you don't need to really for this recipe. And to that, I have some ground almonds in there as well. And some brown sugar. You can use whatever brown sugar you've got handy, whether it's demerara or soft brown, dark brown, whichever you want. Just some brown sugar there. This is actually homemade brown sugar that I've made myself because I've not been able to find any in the shops. So that's all my dry ingredients gone in. To that, I'm going to add some melted butter, almond extract, and my final ingredient, golden syrup. So I'm going to put 6 tablespoons of this in. And now all that's left is to just mix it all together. You can smell that almond essence in there. It's beautiful. If you like more almond flavour, you can of course put more essence in. So it's totally up to you how much you want in there. Right, that is all my flapjack mix done. So now what I have to do is pop it in my tray. Now I've got a lined tray here, and while I've been doing all this, my oven has been preheating at 180. So I'm just going to line half of it into my tray, and then we'll go from there. And then push it down all the way into the corners. Make sure you've covered the whole of the base of your tray. There we go. Once you have put all your flapjack mix in, your first layer of flapjack mix in, just make sure that it's all nicely flattened out to be ready for your next layer. So we'll keep that aside for a minute, and I have here some cherry conserve. Some cherry jam. It's beautiful and dark and rich. So the easiest way I find to do it is just put dollops all the way around. Now I like a really generous jammy layer. And then once you've blobbed it around, just spread it out into a nice even layer, even-ish, all over the flapjack mix, the base layer. And now for my second layer off. Now I find that by the time I come to do the second layer that it started to go quite stiff. So actually I do it a similar way to the way I do the jam. I put blobs of it on and then I spread it out, and I actually find using my fingers helps as well. So obviously make sure your hands are clean, especially if you're working with children. Remember to wash your hands, kids. So I like to make it nice and firm and packed in. So you can use your fingers for this, but I'm just using my spatula. I'm just going all the way around and just pressing it down to make sure that it's all sealed together and it's not going to come apart too much. There will be a little bit of jam that sneaks through this, and that is fine because I've put a generous amount of jam in as well. So the last thing I like to do before I pop these in the oven is to just give a sprinkling of flaked almonds over the top of the flapjack. There we go, all done. Now my flapjacks are ready for the oven. So like I said before, my oven's been preheating at 180 or 350 Fahrenheit, and I will pop these in for about a half hour, 25 minutes. I'll check them, and they are going to be gorgeous when they're done. I shall see you on the other side when my flapjacks are out of the oven. Welcome back. So my flapjacks are out of the oven and they need to cool in my tin before I can cut them, or they will completely fall apart. So I just wanted to come and show you what to expect before I cut them. These will take quite a while to cool. They'll take 3 or 4 hours at least. But when they come out of the oven, you want them to be golden on top, and you may find, like with mine, that you have bits of jam peeking through the sides. That is fine. The jam will set as it cools as well, so it's not going to be runny by the time you come to cutting it. And that's it. Flapjacks are done. You just have to be patient enough now for them to cool enough for you to cut them up. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and do like this and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. I shall see you next time. Happy baking!